evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis, and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. Thanks so much for tuning in. Topping the news tonight, only several weeks left before Bahamians head to the polls to vote in the constitutional referendum on gender equality. But today, a campaign to encourage Bahamians to vote no on Bill number 4 was officially launched. It's spearheaded by the Save the Bahamas committee that successfully led the Vote No campaign against gambling and a national lottery in the 2013 referendum. At a press conference this afternoon, the committee told ZNS News that the campaign is to ensure the defeat of Bill number 4, which seeks to protect from discrimination based on sex, which they believe is an avenue for same-sex marriages. The committee, though, fully supports Bill 1 through 3. Now, the Vote No campaign will be delivering a letter to the Prime Minister requesting initial seed funding of $100,000 to assist with the Vote No message. Member of the Save the Bahamas Committee, Pastor Mario Moxie.
When the President said, in other nations, Bill number 4 will open the door to legalizing same-sex marriage in the Bahamas. This view is reinforced by the refusal of the government to amend the Constitution of the Bahamas to define marriage as a union between one male and one female. This is what the people of the Bahamas has asked for, but once again, rather than favorably respond to the express will of the Bahamian people, the government has turned a deaf ear. We will host a pastors forum on this coming Thursday, April 21st, 2016 at 9:15 a.m. We're inviting all heads of denomination, pastors, and priests to attend the event, which will be held at Evangelistic Temple on Collins Avenue.
The committee reminisced that during the 2013 gambling referendum, Bahamians voted no to the expansion of gambling in the Bahamas, but since then, web shop operations have been granted licenses. Committee member Reverend Lyall Bethel understands that many Bahamians may be discouraged based on these turn of events, but strongly encourage them to come out and exercise their right to vote on June 7th.
It is loathsome to me to see that with the gambling referendum having been defeated, they're proliferating even more. They're everywhere. They're in the malls. They're in all of the shopping centers, except for Harbor Bay, who we highly commend for keeping them out of the shopping center. But they're everywhere, like TV, like a virus. They're everywhere, contaminating everything. And as we know, they will suck the economy dry, and they will kill the surrounding businesses. So it's loathsome to see how much they proliferated and how they are now trying to gain respectability by being in those places. But yes, persons are rightfully discouraged, but I want to caution everyone who is discouraged to realize you cannot let your discouragement translate into not going out to vote.
From Grand Bahama, thousands of persons attended the second annual Bahamas Junkanoo Carnival, the Grand Life at Taino Beach last night. As Shasheena Rolle reports, some of the best in Bahamian entertainment were selected as finalists in the Music Masters competition here in Nassau come May.
Grand Bahama came alive during the second night of the Bahamas Junkanoo Carnival, the Grand Life. Due to threats of inclement weather, the program was pushed back, but the show did go on. Thousands of persons from throughout the Bahamas and the world were in attendance. A spectacular lineup from Ira Store and the Spank Band to the lively Visage Band that had the crowd rocking and moving.
But if the rain come down, I say I don't mind.
Still, he pulled out all the stops, and those in attendance partied non-stop to the sweet, sweet sounds of Rake and Scrape. And of course, the legendary Ronnie Butler gave a star-studded performance. Also stealing the show were 15 local artists who entered the Music Masters competition. 10 songs would go on to the finals, where the winner would receive $20,000. The judges had their work cut out for them. In the end, moving on to compete in the nation's capital were Avi Mortimer, 2 songs from Erica Lady E. Simonette, Ebony Gibson, Jives, Sammy Starr, Colin McDonald, Terrell Tynes Wilson, and Fanshawn Taylor. They will move on to the big stage at the Bahamas Carnival Junkanoo in Nassau come May to claim the grand prize. Organizers say special thanks to corporate sponsor BTC, the second annual Bahamas Junkanoo Carnival on Grand Bahama was a smashing success. Shasheena Rolle, ZNS Network News.
After a delayed trade dispute for nearly 3 years, executives of Morton Salt and the Bahamas Industrial Manufacturers and Allied Workers Union are expected to sign an industrial agreement this week. Approximately 200 employees of the salt company have been facing several outstanding issues, which includes their salaries, economic items, and a change in the company's shift system. Director of Labor Robert Farquharson updated us on the negotiations.
As a result of the intervention of the Honorable D.C. Gibson as Minister of Labor and National Insurance, the Director of Labor would have held negotiations meetings with the management of Morton Salt and the Executive Office of the Bahamas Industrial Manufacturing and Allied Workers Union. They have been locked down in negotiations from 2013. I'm pleased to announce that all outstanding matters have been resolved. A tentative agreement on all issues have been agreed to, and both parties are expected to sign a new industrial agreement on Tuesday, the 20th of April at 11 o'clock in the morning, right here in the Department of Labor.
The Bahamas real estate industry continues to survive. That's according to leading realtor and president and CEO of Mario Carey Realty, Mario Carey. During a recent interview, Mr. Carey noted that the Bahamas is still the preferred destination for real estate around the world.
Speaking English, same currency, ease of access, good technology, friendly people, good infrastructure. So, you know, anywhere in the world, real estate is being challenged, and it'll never stop. And everybody's competing for the dollar. Everybody has different tax laws. And again, that's why I keep trying to be creative with the government and giving them ideas to stimulate the economy, to bring back the real estate market. And most of them want to protect the middle class.
The veteran realtor also announced that his company became the first international affiliate for world-renowned Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate magazine.
The magazine started in 1927. They have 100 million people in their database. They have an international outreach. So we're going to use all the tools, the brand name, the brand recognition that they have to better service the real estate market locally. They have a program called Pinpoint, and Pinpoint is 100 million registered subscribers to their magazine. These people allow their contact information to be used for marketing. So if I'm marketing something that is appealing to people in New York, I can pinpoint by zip codes or by income or by demographics and market directly to them.
Today's consumer isn't buying a house anymore, they're buying a dream. And we want to be able to provide the dreaming phase for all of these consumers to think about where they want to live their lives.
RBC Finco revealed to its more than 4,000 shareholders during its annual general meeting at the British Colonial Hilton Hotel last week that 2015 was a good fiscal year as it experienced moderate growth. RBC Royal Bank's Managing Director Nathaniel Benaby telling ZNS News the numbers aren't bad given the current economic climate. Still, though, he said the bank is challenged with high non-accrual loans, which he attributes to high unemployment that is exacerbating any recovery. As a result, Benaby indicated a tough and prudent decision was made.
With the uncertainty in the immediate outlook, the board of directors have made a decision this year not to pay dividends until we see more stability in the economy, until some settledness with this potential downgrade of our sovereign rating has been determined, and we can kind of predict a little bit more carefully the future outlook as the economy continues to recover from the economic recession that happened several years ago.
Finco is 25% publicly owned, and Benaby described the partnership between the company and its customers as strong. He listed the bank's goals for the next fiscal year.
We want to retain our market share. We want to maintain consistent growth. in the 1.5% range, which is kind of consistent with the growth in the industry, improve our operational efficiencies, and just build a long-term, build a company that will experience long-term sustainable growth in the future.
And still to come, senior civil servants toasted to lunch at Government House. That story and more when the Weekend Edition continues.